What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Now, last night in Clash Royale, the season just reset. That means our trophies were knocked back down to 3,000, but right before the season reset, I managed to make my way up to 3,700 trophies, and I got 700 more legend trophies, putting me up to 2,700 total. So if we check out my attack log, as you can see, I had a pretty good night last night. I was on a massive win streak, and I climbed all the way up to 3,700 trophies. That is now my new personal record, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. Just taking a look at my other stats that I'm pretty proud of, I have 7,000 total donations, almost 3,000 wins, but only 403 crown wins. So I have some pretty nice stats right here, but I am just really excited that I ended up breaking 3,700 trophies. I also got a magical chest last night, so before we get into anything else, we are going to go ahead and open this up. Hoping for a legendary, a princess would be awesome, but any legendary of course would be fine. Let's see what we get. We got 700 gold right here, 13 fire spirits, 2 tombstones, 4 elixir collectors. This is not looking good so far. I've barely gotten any cards, so I don't think I'm going to get a legendary. Let's go ahead and just keep opening these cards. 75 more arrows, 1 prince, which is alright I guess, 16 more furnaces, and this last card is going to be an epic. So no legendary for us today, but our last epic is going to be 3 lightning spells, and we can upgrade that, however we don't really use it. But that was a random magical chest that I got last night, so I guess that was better than a silver chest, and I got a few epics out of that. But today we are trying out the perfect deck challenge requested by a follower of mine on Twitter. Shout out to 3H20 for this recommendation. As you guys know, there are 4 card rarities in this game. You have common cards, rare cards, epic cards, and legendary cards. You also have 8 card slots in each deck, so I went ahead and made a deck with 2 commons, 2 rares, 2 epics, and 2 legendary cards. So I was pretty limited on common cards, which is why I chose the Zap, because you always want to have that in your deck if you don't have arrows. I also went ahead and went with the 3 elixir minions instead of the minion horde. I just thought that was the best common card I could choose for the rest of my deck. I thought about using the Royal Giant, but instead I went ahead and used a Hog Rider because he is a rare card, and of course the Royal Giant is a common. The other rare card I picked was the Mini P.E.K.K.A. He's really close to level 7, but in this raid he's just going to have to be level 6. And for our 2 epic cards, we have the Poison Spell and our guards. I could upgrade the guards, but I don't think it's worth it just for these few raids. Level 2 isn't that much weaker than level 3. So I'm just going to leave that as is, and of course we have our 2 legendary cards, the Miner and the Ice Wizard. So I think this is a pretty good deck. The average elixir cost is only 3.3. You guys can go ahead and try out this challenge for yourselves if you would like. That is of course if you do have 2 legendary cards. But anyway, now that we are at 3,000 trophies, hopefully we will find some easy opponents, and let's go ahead and get into some live battles. So I just tried to record the first live raid for the video, but I went ahead and started a new recording, and I didn't have the right microphone selected, so the audio was really crappy, but I did end up losing. I did get beat 2 crowns to 1, and we lost 30 trophies. But let's go ahead and try to get into another battle and gain those trophies back. So hopefully this one won't go as bad as the last one. This guy is also a level 9 at 2969. Looks like he's having some trouble fighting these new people down here in the 3,000 trophy range after the reset. So we're going to go ahead and send our Miner in the back, which might get taken out by that knight. But our minions and Ice Wizard should do a little bit of damage to that tower. He zapped them, which was kind of a waste in my opinion. But I think I'm going to also have this Poison Spell ready just for when that princess walks past the tower, and I also do want a little bit more damage on that tower. His knight is coming out our left lane, which shouldn't be too big of an issue, but now he has a Royal Giant, and I just lost to a Royal Giant deck. I really don't like playing against these guys, but I think this is definitely a good deck to counter what we are using right now. Luckily that Royal Giant didn't get that much damage done, but our tower is still at 1,900 hit points. I've gotten his all the way down to 1,400 hit points, and our Mini P.E.K.K.A. almost got a shot off right there, but the Valkyrie did distract him. Our minions will take out the Valkyrie right here. I'm expecting that princess, there she is, so I'm going to send my Miner at her in hopes of taking her out, and then going towards that tower. So there goes the Miner taking out the princess, but the cannon will of course take out that Miner. So now I'm going to go ahead and drop our Ice Wizard. There he is again with that elixir collector in the back. I don't think I'm going to do anything about that because I don't have my Miner right now, and I'm saving my Miner for whenever he has that princess. So let's go ahead and send our Hog Rider and our guards at the tower, zap away those spear goblins right there, and hopefully these troops can take care of that knight real quick. But the tower is taking out my Hog Rider. We do manage to get that tower all the way down to 500 hit points, and I think I'm going to go ahead and send a Miner at the princess instead of my Poison Spell. He does still have this Valkyrie attacking my Ice Wizard, so I'm going to go ahead and send my minions at her now that the princess is taken out, and hopefully they can go over there and do a little bit more damage to that tower and maybe take it out. But they do get zapped and distracted by that cannon, and that tower is left to 190 hit points. So I know I can get that tower whenever I want with the Poison Spell, so I'm not going to overkill it. I'm just going to worry about this Royal Giant right now. Drop our Mini P.E.K.K.A. after our guards to try to take him out. This guy has a bunch of health. He did get our tower down to 1,200 hit points, which was a pretty nice push right there, but he drops another Royal Giant. Now I have double Ice Wizards right here, We do manage to take care of that princess. Let's go ahead and zap those spear goblins to keep our minions healthy. He did zap them for a minute though, and now his troops are coming a little bit closer. Let's just go ahead and push the other lane for a little bit of fun. And in a few seconds we will drop our poison spell on the tower, that princess, and the cannon. And in about 9 seconds that tower will go down and we will win the match 1-0. So here comes another royal giant. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it alone because the time has run out. I'm not sure what that zap on his tower was all about. But there is the first match, or I guess really the second match. But the first one you guys saw, 29 more trophies, and I guess now we're 1 away from 3,000. So we do need to get back in here and win another match. And I'll see you guys in just a second. I actually think we're going to go ahead and switch up this deck right here just to have a little bit more fun. Let's throw in the giant skeleton for that poison spell, and to replace the guards I think I'm going to throw in a goblin barrel because I haven't used that card in a while. He's almost level 4. Let's get rid of this hog rider as well. I think I will replace the hog with a Valkyrie unless something else catches my eye. I think the Valkyrie is pretty good replacement right there. So in goes the Valkyrie for the hog rider. I think we might keep the mini P.E.K.K.A in. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch the mini P.E.K.K.A with the musketeer. We do need that zap in there though. Let's see what we can replace the minions with. Let's go ahead and replace the minions with barbarians. And of course we have our 2 legendaries. So this is a little bit more expensive of a deck with an average elixir cost of 3.9, but it might work out a little bit better. But anyway, we're just having fun down here now that we reset. We found another guy at the exact same trophy count, Liquid Courage from blue 6. Good luck my friend. Let's go ahead and send a goblin barrel and miner. Hopefully the miner gets there before the goblins do, but I kind of messed that one up. He zaps them anyway, so now it's just our miner right there. But he's going to go ahead and start a push of his own with his minions, and I have to counter that with my ice wizard because the miner is distracting my tower. But the fire spirits actually took out my ice wizard, and now the minions got a few shots in. So as of right now he is in the lead, but he also has a hog rider coming in. I'm going to go ahead and counter those with the barbarians. Luckily I do have these barbs because that is a great counter for the hog rider. And I guess it's pretty lucky that this guy isn't also another royal giant user. So this will be a pretty good game. Let's go ahead and send... Actually, let's go ahead and save our elixir for just a minute. I think I'm going to start a little push in the back. I don't want him to know I have a giant skeleton just yet, so the Valkyrie is going to go down for now. Here comes that miner again. I'm going to drop my musketeer to deal with those minions. Looks like they didn't go her way, so I'm going to zap those just to keep the damage off of my tower. Let's go ahead and send a goblin barrel behind that Valkyrie. He is going to zap them, I think, but they do get one shot off, and now that tower is at 1800 hit points. Our musketeer does also get a few shots off on that left tower, which is really nice. Let's drop our ice wizard to deal with... I wanted him to take out those spear goblins, but he did get distracted on that miner. There's only one left, and he's not doing that much damage. So our tower is now at 1100 hit points, and his is at 1800. So I'm going to go ahead and now place my giant skeleton. But he's going to push with a hog rider and those minions. My barbarians should do the trick. I don't think I need to drop anything else. He did waste that zap right there, so that is good for us now that I can drop my goblin barrel. Hopefully we will be okay with that, unless he has a mirror card, but I don't think he does. So our goblin barrel is going to go in there and do some damage. He dropped the barbarians behind the giant skeleton to protect them, but he did have fire spirits, and they went ahead and took out our goblins. But we did get a little bit of damage done to that tower, and now it's at 1500. And here comes this push again. This is so annoying, but it is really effective. So we're going to take out those minions right there, and that miner just keeps chipping away at our tower. So let's go ahead and send our miner over there with our goblin barrel. I think he's going to throw a hog rider to finish off our left lane. He's zapped way too early, and we did get a lot of shots off with those goblins. So right now it looks like anybody's game. I'm expecting a hog rider, so I'm going to save these barbarians right here. Looks like no hog rider though. Let's go ahead and get this miner off of our tower. Distract him with that ice wizard, but here comes a fireball. And now our tower is at 300 hit points. I'm not really worried about these barbarians. The Valkyrie should be able to take those out. But I am worried about the hog rider he does have. I'm expecting him to drop it on my left lane, and there he goes. I'm trying to push that right lane with my miner and my goblin barrel, but he zaps my goblins, and his hog rider does take out my left tower. So we do lose this one crown to nothing. Let's see how many trophies we do lose. 30 trophies, so that's going to hurt us a little bit. But the reset just hit, so it shouldn't be too hard to gain those back. So unfortunately, we did lose another raid. I think you guys only saw 1 win and 1 loss though. I did have 1 other loss before I switched my deck up. But yeah, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you did enjoy the perfect deck challenge, go ahead and drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have any other challenges you guys want me to try out, leave them in the comment section below or go ahead and tweet at me on Twitter. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.